Oh, look, they've unfortunately we had a lot of time to think on the way home from Seoul, with delays and what have you. And look, just personnel as well. We knew we were going to, with the team we were going to put out, with the bodies that were unavailable, and the bodies that were ruled out, through threat of suspension. We knew we were going to, lack a little bit maybe of a punch in that final third. But I just thought that we'd be able to control things in midfield, where Brisbane are, very good. So having the extra body in there enabled us to do that, albeit in the first half we were a little bit disappointed that we didn't come through there enough. And we had a little bit of a threat, but all in all, just very pleased for the group. Not only the team that was out there tonight, but we left Melbourne last Thursday. It's Saturday night, and I've had, even the group, I've had half a night's sleep in our own bed. So considering, and that's not a complaint at all, because everyone else in the competition would love to be in the position we're in, but it is difficult. Hence the number of changes tonight. A lot of them were due to risk and the higher risk of injury. There's an uncertainty of when we play next week, and there still is. That could be as soon as Friday night. But I'm very pleased for the group tonight. With a back four of average age of 20 years old, to come up against a good attacking Brisbane team. I thought they handled themselves superbly.
Do you and the guys just have fun tonight? Like, there's no pressure on the result or anything like that. I know there's quite pushing for opportunity, but at the same time, it's like to sort of just look like they've been released a little bit.
Yes and no, Matty, because we prepared the team as we normally do to give them the best opportunity to succeed. We got the group in this morning. That was the squad we were in this morning. Had a little bit of a light run. Went through some stuff in the video. We prepared thoroughly because that's the standards. And I'm not really too bothered about what's expected from other teams from us tonight. It's just the standards we set ourselves. And leaving the meeting, the only thing I could hear, was handy, obviously having Carl back in that team, because amongst themselves, the chat that I could hear after the meeting was, the only team that celebrates trophies at AAMI Park is us. And that was their mentality, and I think their actions reflected that tonight.
So that was a real drive to not let the team win it?
Well, and it wasn't staff driven. I could, as I said, I heard, when the meeting was finished and the boys were having a coffee and a cup of tea, they didn't want to watch another team celebrate, and regardless of who that was. And I'm sure some eyebrows would have been raised, and if we're honest, we can put our hands up about the team that was selected. And whether we were, putting a team out and not bothering out about the result. But I think that, the team that we put out tonight, a credit to themselves and a credit to our football club.
What do you mean you care about other teams' expectations? Do you mean in terms of the lineup that you...
Yeah, naturally. Because, like I said, without going into detail of individuals, there was, a couple with... a suspension threat for next week. There were, due to the workload and the travel, having to go to Wellington, didn't help last week. But that's how the draw. That's how it landed. We accepted that, and there was, a few of them that were at very high risk, of injuring themselves. So it was our duty to make sure we look after them, considering also. We've got a final next week and we travel to Shanghai. So another challenging week that we look forward to.
Given the result, you're probably likely to play Brisbane again next weekend. I mean, it's not certain that that's a likely result. How do you like your chances after tonight? I'm not going to, Ben, it's likely, as you said, so at this point in time, I'm not going to, pay too much attention. We'll, again, we've got a big job on our hands now to get the players back in and recover, and we will do well, because it's amazing. We spoke to the players, when we got to Seoul. We were, spending it from Wellington, spent the night in Sydney, and then arrived in Seoul, and it's amazing what the mind can do if you believe in yourself, because that team in Seoul is possibly the fittest team I've ever seen. And we matched them stride for stride. Yes, it was a difficult game. Yes, Lawrence, made some saves. The last time I looked, that's his job.
Yes, we had to work hard. Yes, we had limited opportunities. But we matched them stride for stride. So, all the complaints about travel and, being weary, and the reality is, if your attitude is right, application becomes a lot easier.
Let me ask then, is there a confidence boost gained by tonight, even though half the team might not be playing next week? Is there a confidence boost from the way you finished your season?
Yeah, and I think not only tonight. Let's cast our minds back over the last 4 games. We two Champions League games where we perform well, but it just seems when we don't score against an opposition, it's the opposition have defended well, and our attack was impotent. But it just goes to show, it's difficult in this time of season. You've got to be mentally strong, and our last 5 performances have been as consistent as anything this season in the competition.
Some of your young guys really threw themselves in there tonight, and Negro and Macaronis and some of those guys. You guys primed them up at all?
The majority, like I said, we prepared the team no different, and our focus was to do that and give them the best chance of being to win tonight, to be successful, because I thought it would have been an injustice to send them out there without giving them that opportunity. The rest is down to the players. Like I said, their application tonight, and they didn't want to stand out there and watch. And that come from within. It come from themselves. It wasn't something focused on the tactics and the structure and the formation. The way that they went about their business tonight, showed a great deal of character.
And is there any concern with the guys who didn't play tonight? Are there any of them actually got injury concerns that could send them out next week, or was it just sore?
And that'll be telling, wouldn't it? That'll be telling. No, none of them. They were just at a higher risk, as you could understand. And I know we speak about in football, the 72 hours rule or whatever, but I don't know how much consideration is taken into 24 of those hours being travel, and I don't know how much consideration is taken into the 72 hours prior to that. We were in 2 different countries within that 72 hours, and loving every minute of the challenge.
What's Carl Valeri's match fitness at the moment?
No, Carl, Carl tonight, you can sense there was a little bit of, he settles things down, and people gain confidence by him being in the team and his organisation skills. But it was tough for him out there tonight. It was very tough for him, and he worked ever so hard, and he gets 60 minutes under his belt. Like I've said all the way along, the doctors, the medical staff will monitor him overnight again tonight, see how he wakes up in the morning, and take it from there. There's no, we're not looking too far ahead. We just make sure the next 12 hours for him are important, and then tomorrow's an important day for him. But he looks like he, hasn't really missed a beat. He's got a big smile on his face in there. So.
Do you have any hesitation throwing Carl into a knockout final?
Yeah. Look, at this point, we'll just we'll wait and see how he pulls up. We'll review the game and take it from there.
Kevin, there's not much margin for error anymore. You're fighting the 2 fronts.
Yeah.
How do you feel confident after what we've seen you on the field? In your head, are you at peace?
Yeah, and I'm happy with what the attitude at the moment. I'm more than happy. There's been times where I've sat in here and haven't been. And we've made that clear. But I think if over the last 3 or 4 weeks, the 5 games we've played, the attitude has been spot on. And as I said tonight, it was a different group of players, but couldn't be happier for them, because it was a lot of those boys were in Seoul and travelled back last night or yesterday afternoon. So.
And mentally or physically, just as equal.
Yeah.
How do you deal with your team now?
Yeah. Once, everyone, I didn't play and I'm physically tired, but, your mind's a lot stronger. The last time I checked, the mind tells your legs to run, not the other way around. So if you're strong mentally, you don't feel tired.
Kevin, were you expecting more from the Roar in the game that they had to win, or is this, as like you said, you just didn't let it?
No, I thought we made it very difficult for them. Look, and let's be honest, they had a few chances. One very early on, and to be honest, it was exactly what I expected. They were tenacious in getting the ball into their front third. They put a lot of balls into our penalty area, into our box. Created some chances, but tonight they come up against a group that was determined not to get beat, and that's just the way it panned out.
Kevin, I know you don't like
Well, don't ask.
individualising, but
Okay.
Thomas had a really good performance a few weeks ago. He said he wanted that.
Because he was so nice, I'm going to individualise. He was outstanding. Yeah, he was outstanding, and he's been very patient, and he was protected by a resilient back four and two holding midfielders, and the team protected him really well. But in that last 10 minutes when Brisbane were throwing a hell of a lot of balls into our box, he stood up and earned his keep tonight. He was good, very good.
Kevin, as a champion team, did you expect yourself to be higher than you are this time of the year?
If we look back, naturally, the start of the season, and there's 10 teams that wanted to be possibly. There's only one team that's happy with where they've ended up, but unfortunately, it's not us. The 9 other teams, all wanted to end up, high, and we're no different. And without, going to reviewing the season, we had our opportunities, and at times we made some errors in games, holes of games where we gave away some points, and but the last 5 weeks, it is what it is now. You're right. There's no margin for error now, and I can't wait for next week just to give the boys and recover everyone first and foremost. We've got a full squad to choose from. And work really hard on giving the group the best chance of being successful. And whoever we play, make no mistake, we will leave nothing out. We will leave nothing left. We will give everything we've got. And that's been the mindset over the last 3 or 4 weeks. And I'm personally looking forward to it.
You had 20,000 people.
It's great.
The support throughout the season has been
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
How do you feel about the crowd?
Nah, well, again, with and the noise, and you can really sense that they were, could see we had a young team out there tonight, and the way they got behind them was superb, especially late in that game. And our fans have proved once again, hands down, they're the flag bearers. Our members and fans are, the flag bearers of this competition. And no doubt, once we understand who we're playing, we'll have a healthy contingent of travelling across with us, and we look forward to giving them something to be proud of once again. All good.